like it's been busy this week, definitely with the car build and trying to enjoy the car build with the baby. But we do have things going on. By the way, I am getting all your new 2023 Formula One player cards that are going to go into the VIP boxes, put in protective coating for next season. Also, some of the regular cards that are in here that we open, they will go in protective slips, and we'll use the slips plus the hard covers for the actual other cards. But these cards that are foil like will actually go in like so, and I will close them up, and then I will put these cards in a hard shell coating so that when you get them, the cards will be protected. All right, like so. So you will get your card like that. All right, so that's what will be going on. So with that also being, I got some pretty awesome ass news. And first I'm going to send first, happy holidays, happy new year coming to everybody. It's going to be a new lit 2023 for the Wolfpack family, for you as viewers, subscribers, plus the things that we're going to get into next year. We're going to be doing another either school drive for school supplies, or we'll end up doing something for the families, try to find maybe another young Carter, whether that's stateside. We'll try to go stateside this time. We went across the pond last time. We're going to go stateside this time, try to look and find some young Carters that are coming up and gift them a set of wheels or something that is going to benefit them in their season with some item. But hey, I got an awesome thing for the race. Don't forget, we have the race coming up tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, Sunday. Sunday morning, 11 Eastern Standard Time. Adjust your clocks for wherever you are in the world. We're doing Run What You Brung for the race. All right, so that means the drivers are going to use their cars. We're going to see all type of liveries. We're going to see different cars there, so it's going to be different, and that's what I like to do. But I got something very special, and I'm going to send a big shout out to Carlos. Ducat955 is his gamer tag, and Ducat something else is what he uses when he races with us. He missed the last race, but he sent something very special, all right? So check this out. I'm going to unbox it here on the show. And by the way, check out the new shirts. These are the shirts that you will be receiving for being 6 months on the channel. So let me go over that right now. I need MK to contact. I need all these people in this first batch to contact me via social media. I need MK, Robert K. Christensen, Messaker, Ottoman Tanny, Calvin Martin, Mr. Banks, Racer X210, Sylvia Kelly, and Maria Duncan. Those people are the first batch of recipients that are going to get the new Wolfpack Performance Podcast shirt. You only get one of these if, one, you're in the family, two, you've made it 6 months or more. That's it. That is specifically what these shirts are designed for. You cannot buy these shirts. You cannot buy these shirts. These are the new shirts. That's for the Wolf Squad. So I need, again, these viewers, these family members, these subscribers to contact me via social media, DM on Instagram or Twitter. MK, Robert K. Christensen, Mesker, Ottoman Tanny, Calvin Martin, Mr. Banks, Racer X210, Sylvia Kelly, and Maria Duncan need to contact me with shipping addresses so that I can get these shirts out. We do not have any sizes in XX. The highest we go is XL and to medium. So, hey, give me at least 2 sizes so that if I have the other size on hand, I can get it out to you. But that's not even the most awesome thing that we're going to talk about right now. I'm about to do an unboxing. Big shout out to Carlos for something a driver, an esports driver that races in the Wolfpack Epic Grudge Racing Series will be receiving. This is some awesome shit. I'm about to pick it up. I'm about to pick it up right now. Bow. Check it out. Check that out, people. Check that out. I'm about to unbox it right now. I'm going to show you. I haven't even opened it yet. I'm going to open it and be as wild as you. This will be given away to one of the esports Grudge Race F-It Series Wolfpack drivers that participate in the Grudge Race Series, I'm going to come up with the competition. It might be 3 races. It might be 1 race. It might be hours of racing. Either way it goes, it's going to be live. We're going to find out who wins it. But let's unbox this thing so you can see what it looks like, because I want to see what it looks like. So let me be careful. I don't want to ruin the packaging. All right, I don't want to ruin anything for anybody else. Let's get this thing open right here. So opening the package right now, I see the buttons. All right, so you have the buttons right there. We're going to put those to the side. We also have another set of cover buttons in different colors. Right there, we're going to put that to the side. You will also receive your Fanatic right there pack, stickers, logos, decals, and instruction manual right there. You also will receive, oh my gosh, and this is where the goodies come in. It's in its bag right there in the bag. Let me be careful so I don't ruin it. Oh my gosh, this thing got some weight to it too, y'all. It's not light. It's not light by any means. It's not light. Let me pull this cover off. Oh my gosh. And then you will receive your wheel. Quick release and all. Paddle shifters on the rear. Boop, 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 boop. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be like, pow, 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 pow. Right there, your buttons, your face, nice carbon fiber right there plate. Quick release on the rear. Gotta love the quick release. Big shout out to Carlos. Somebody's gonna win this. Somebody is gonna win this in the F-It Wolfpack Grudge Racing Series. Somebody's gonna go home, or somebody's gonna be shipped a wheel. I'll also throw some other things in there when I ship you the wheel. I'm not gonna say what it might be. I'm on the side. X-Trax 38, what's up? Hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. We had a great Christmas, man, and looking for a better New Year. Don't forget to also get with me on your package, man. I hope you actually get that. I hope you find out what's going on with it, man. Definitely on that. But yes, this is what you will get. The wheel, Club Sport. Serial number already right there. Nice felted damn grips. Oh my gosh, this thing's feel awesome. Some driver's gonna get this. Somebody gonna get this, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna put it back in the bag. This is not for me. This is for y'all. Big shout out. Carlos, big shout out, man, for that. You got to thank him for that. I will put together an event where somebody is going to win this. So we got Christmas beyond Christmas. Galacticus, that's super official. F1 Wheel Wow. Galacticus is what I'm saying. We an official channel, bro. We do official stuff. By the way, here's some of your other hardware taped in the box. I'm going to leave that there. Matter of fact, I might find a better way to tape it up. So let's just go ahead and put this back in the box. I'm going to just put it to the side. I will make sure to package this correctly so that when you receive it, it's all good. All right. I'm just going to put it to the side for right now. Like I said, there's your pack. There are your stickers. And then here are your buttons that you will be able to dress that with right there. Big shout out to Carlos. Somebody's going to receive that in a race. You're going to have to do your thing. So I'm going to come up with what kind of race I will do. I don't know if it'll be a combination of 3 races. And then whoever has the highest or most points in those races win, or I might do a 1 race type situation. It just might be longer. We might go longer. We might have to go a full distance, or maybe we go 50%. We might go 50%. Either way it goes, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. Also, yeah, you don't forget the Wolfpack Gold coins. Wolfpack VIP box 1 is where you receive your gold coin. But when you get your tier 2 box, it's a whole different game when it comes to the coins. Big shout out to that. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this business. Let's talk about it. Zach Brown, McLaren, I'm going to tell you right now, big shout out for having me out. I really do appreciate you. All the hospitality and communication. You actually could do a little bit better though and hit your boy up. You know, I seen some interviews. We had Emma on the show, but I'm just saying, what's up with Alex Below? What's up with Lando Norris? What's up with Oscar Piastri? What's up with Zach Brown? What's up with them coming to the show and sitting down with Wolfpack and doing an episode? I just got to put that out there. I'm just saying. Mary Beanie, Jay, can we sponsor your little one to get into karting? I will have to let her make that decision. All right, Mary, she will make that decision if it's something that she actually wants to do. My job as a parent that is supposed to be an inspiration to her. It's to give her the ability to dabble in it and see where she wants to go. And if she takes on to it, then I feed it, just like she does karate. She does karate. She's passionate about it. So I feed it. So if that's something she really wants to do, then I'll look into that and we'll see about that. But honestly, we can see about that. But if there is another young Carter that's in a more deserving, not even deserving situation that they could need more assistance, then we're going to stick to just that one-time thing. We're going to find something, whether that be a few sets of wheels, whether that be a new steering wheel, maybe that's going to be a new gas tank. We're going to do that, but we're going to minimize it. We're not going to go long out with a whole season because things change for those families, things change for those drivers, and it can begin to be a headache. So we're going to stick to like, hey, we'll send a care gift package of a sponsorship and be done with it. We're not going to even call it a sponsorship, because as we saw with the Joshua Bigambi situation, the word sponsorship and things kind of puts itself in another arena. So let's get into this. Zach Brown backing the FIA on the ban on politics. Now, the ban on politics is funny the way it's worded. The ban, that means it should be totally eradicated when it's not completely the case. But I'm not for the muzzling of the drivers when it comes to them expressing their political views to a degree. Now, I do share some interest or some common ground with Zach Brown as to the way he puts some things. But I'm going to tell you, we're going to still check Zach Brown's track record because it's decent, okay? It's pretty decent. First, I got video that I myself shot while I was in the Paddock Club at the Formula One race with McLaren, okay? I have video, and this video was in regards to Zach Brown and the cost cap situation. So Zach Brown had this to say, and I was there in the room when he said,
we'll see what happens. They're in active negotiations. You definitely would get a competitive advantage by spending more than you're allowed. So there's some whispers of, well, we spent in areas that don't drive performance. That's nonsense. And let's see what happens.
Now, these are some of the things that you get to do when you're in the Paddock Club. The owners come, the CEOs come through, the principals come through, the mechanics. A lot of people come through the Paddock Club, and we're just freely roaming around there, and we do have access to them to talk to them. That's how I got to meet Hakkinen, the Flying Finn, and get a picture with him. So we know Zach Brown took a stance on the cost cap, and I'm not going to say against. Red Bull. It wasn't necessarily against, but indeed he did have a stance where he was not really in favor of what was going on, and he didn't care for it because he said it was cheating. Okay, so he took a stance that a lot of us agreed on. A lot of us agree that what Red Bull did was cheating, and it's not even so much we got to agree. What they did was cheating. Red Bull spent over the cost cap. They broke the cost cap. They broke the procedural ban. They did all of that, and they got a slap on. They got a pat in the palm for what they did. So we saw that, and we saw also Zach voice these concerns in the face of Christian Horner. We got to see that. We saw Zach go about that in a very telling way. Like it wasn't, he wasn't hiding it. He was very serious about what he was saying. He was very serious about how he was going to depict that. So it was very honest what he said and what he did on that. But now, here it comes. Zach is taking another stance, and he's in favor of what the FIA are doing. Whereas before, he wasn't in favor of what was going on with Red Bull. I still don't think he's in favor of it at all. But here it is. He's taking a stance, and he's actually kind of in favor of what the FIA are doing. So we also have to remember, I know some of us probably remember, and they'll bring it up, so I'm going to bring it up before you bring it up. But yeah, Zach Brown also was quoted by certain pundits to say that Lewis Hamilton, if he didn't stay with McLaren or Mercedes in 2022, he would not be offered a seat again at McLaren. And I think that was a valid statement for him to make, because I think Zach, what he was going for, he was given a job. All right, he was given a job to basically take this team back to the front and winning. That's what he was given the job to do. If he's going to do that all the time, you can't go backwards. Nobody's saying that acquiring Lewis Hamilton does not give you a winning edge, because it does. That's just factual. That's factual. If it's a good car, he's going to give you the winning edge. Even if it's a subpar car, he's going to put you in the ballpark, if not be right there, if it were not for a full cup of foolish strategy calls on the behalf of Mercedes. We saw that plentiful with Ferrari. But we've already seen now that Zach Brown and McLaren are building a new team. What's up? I see my bro up in their chat. What's happening, Cam? What's going on? But Zach Brown and them are building a fresh, new-blooded team. They're looking forward to the future. You can't look too far into the future if you acquire Lewis Hamilton, just like Alpine and Aston Martin are really capping themselves with Alonso. Like, that's not a long-term future plan. That's not a star that's going to be completely on the rise. That's a star that pretty much has already died and it's out of sight. Alonso's collecting a check. He's not doing anything great for the teams, as great as some people may think that he is or once was. Crash Gate King, I mean, it's not what he is. And although Lewis Hamilton's still great, still highly competitive, still going to give you a winning edge, that's not far enough in the future for what McLaren are doing. And we also have to look at McLaren's actions, right? McLaren has proven what they want to do by actions. Not only Emma Gilmore, who's been a guest here on the podcast, the first McLaren woman in a racing series, XE, but look at the young bloods they have. They got Lando, and Lando's going to be their point man. They think Lando has enough experience to be point. Okay. And then they have Alex Palou and they have Oscar Piastri. So they have proven through action that they want to build a new, fresh, young-blooded team that can take them into the future, and hopefully, if they can capture dominance, win for a very long time. All right, we already know a lot of people are going to say, well, Lando almost went to Red Bull. Lando said no to Red Bull. And I really don't think Lando would have went to Red Bull anyway. I don't think that's his cup of tea. But through action, I think McLaren have shown that they are on the leading edge of trying to go into the future. I know that this statement that Zach Brown makes leaves a bad taste in your mouth. All right, it can leave a bitter taste in my mouth. But let's look at some things, okay? First, let's look at what the regulation says, because it does leave a sour taste in my mouth as well. The general making and display of political, religious, and personal statements or comments, notably in violation of general principle of neutrality promoted by the FIA under its statutes, unless previously approved in writing by the FIA for international competitions or by the relevant ASN, which is like the Sports Association, something like that, of national competition within their jurisdictions. Failure to comply with the instructions of the FIA regarding the appointment and participation of persons during official ceremonies at the competition, counting towards FIA championship. That's part of what, is a little fishy to me. Like, if somebody breaks these rules, are we looking like at FIA, like championship points not going to be happening to so much of a degree? Is that what we're looking into? I don't know. But let's go to a quote that Zach Brown indeed did make. And he says, I'm glad the door is open for drivers. He said more than this, but we went over that. Let's look at this. By the way, shirt, 6 months or more, people need to contact me for their shirts. Glad the door is open for drivers and teammates to talk to the FIA. There's an issue they want to discuss, he added. It wasn't a you can't do it. It was you can't do it without our permission. So at least the door is open. How far is that door open really though, Zach? How far is it open? The door's not open. It's literally shut. You have to knock on the door, then be allowed to come in, and then see if that door will remain open. The door's not open. It's shut, closed. You just have to knock on it. So it's not an open door policy to me. Everyone is allowed freedom of speech. It did get out of control at times with so much messaging going on. Zach, with so much messaging going on as to what? Women rights? Are we talking about gender rights? Are we talking about gay rights? Are we talking about human and black people rights? What are we talking about? All of those things are relevant, and all of those things do indeed exist in Formula One's environment. So why should these things not be talked about? I don't know, but it is a certain amount that I will go into later that I do agree with. Does it detract from the focus of the sport? These drivers can do this stuff in their own time, so I think it is within Formula One and the FIA's right to say, here's the code of conduct we expect you to follow during a Grand Prix weekend. Okay, so let's talk about this. All right, let's just talk about this. Let me go back, make sure I didn't miss a super chat or a super sticker while I was reading that. And we do have one. Big shout out to ADVR Advanced. Big shout out to you. Big shout out for the super sticker. Like I said, I'm going to show y'all one more time. For anybody that missed it. Somebody that participates in the Wolfpack Racing event is going to win an F1 steering wheel for their rig. Okay, stay tuned for that. We got a race this Sunday. It won't be for that race, but somebody's going to win this steering wheel for their rig. So big shout out ADVR. Appreciate you much, Carlos, for that. So I'm going to do more details on that. But let's talk about this open door policy. I do not, and I'm pretty sure you do not either, have faith in the FIA as it stands with what they've done by action, that they are going to deploy this regulation with consideration that we would consider considerate. You like how I put that? I don't think they're going to do that. Okay. There are not too many drivers as it sits right now. They are literally taking political stances to a degree, aside from Lewis Hamilton, and Seb is gone. So who is this regulation really for? Is it a coincidence that on the back foot of Sebastian Vettel leaving and Lewis Hamilton remaining, that now the FIA decide to silence the drivers to a degree without express written permission for them to speak about certain topics? And so then here we go, it is, if they determine what topics you can speak about, is it not them deciding what they want to put out to the world and not what probably should be put out? So if it comes up, Lewis Hamilton wants to talk about another black man, which we've already seen several times in the past 3 weeks, being killed in the streets, or racist situations have gone on, is that something that they're going to approve for them to talk about? They already didn't want Lewis Hamilton to wear the Breonna Taylor shirt anymore. All right, we saw that. They already said there's no more kneeling. In 2022, going into 2023, I don't think it's going to be there either. So are we really going to trust the FIA to say, yeah, they're going to deploy these regulations with a considerate amount of consideration? No, I don't think so. I don't trust it. I don't believe that that's going to be the case. Although I can agree that it is also true there are people out here, and even ourselves sometimes, let's just be honest. Sometimes I see so many people that look like me getting killed, getting shot. Sometimes I just don't want to see it anymore. Like I'm going to deal with it, but I just want to be able to escape and watch something and just kind of let my mind breathe. And if I go to watch a Formula One race and it's there, I can understand somebody feeling that. Now that's not me. I don't mind having it on my mind because it's happening. I got to teach my kids about this. I got to teach boys that I mentor about this. I got to teach young ladies that I run in contact with about this. So I'm always in it anyway. But there are a group of people who don't live the life that I've lived and don't have any exposure to that aside from what's on TV. Galactic is big shout out. FIA will say no and never say yes. So-called crap. That is the I believe that. So all crap. I do believe that. We're going to see next season how this is going to look. We're going to see next season how it really looks. That's really what's going to tell us. Right now, we don't have faith in them. And you got every right not to have the faith in them. So we'll see. But yes, I can understand some people saying, I don't want to see too much of that in the sport, right? Everybody's not doing it. But for Formula One and Zach Brown to say, these drivers can do that on their own time, when do they really have the exposure that they have aside from on a race weekend? Are you telling me that on 3 days out of the 7 days they have, 3 of those days they're at the track? Matter of fact, that's just the 3 days that we're literally watching. They get there prior to those 3 days. But if we just take the 3 days from qualifying to from FP1, FP2 to FP3 to qualifying to race, I mean, think about that. That is 40% of the time, 40% of the week. 40% of the week they are spending at a Formula One event. I do not agree with the fact that they should have to do so much of that. I don't. They should be able to do that considerably. I didn't see anybody do something that had a political tag to it. I'm not going to say agenda, a political tag to it. But guess what? Politics are always in sports. Politics have always been in sports. Since the Roman gladiators took the Colosseum, politicians were in the seats. It was for the excitement and the entertainment of politicians and their constituents. Politics have always been involved in sports, period. So, no, I don't completely agree, but I do understand on the other side how that can go. But I also will say this for McLaren. I'm going to give McLaren their props because their props are just due. They have shown through action what they're doing is either trying to be. Now, I'm going to tell you, one thing that they're doing a shit ton better than Haas or even Williams being owned by an American financial company in Dorton, they're doing a better job at becoming an American Formula One team than an actual American Formula One team. They're involved in IndyCar. They're involved in XC, which is a very nice series to watch and also is credited for their ability to have gender equality. Both male and female drivers sharing the seat equally to compete in a competition, not to mention their exposure, the promotion of not even only social injustice, but also what's going on in the environment and the places where they are. Very good series. So Emma Gilmore being the first McLaren woman. We got Oscar Piastri now. We got Lando. We got Alex Palou, new fresh blood drivers. They are doing what they can and what they want to have exposure to many racing series, not to mention the Shadow Racing team, which big shout out to them for winning that E-Racing Championship, I believe. So big shout out to them. McLaren is doing one hell of a job as far as marketing, as far as their reach, as far as exposing themselves to new eyeballs and new genres of racing. They are doing one hell of a job. They are. Now they just need to do one hell of a job at winning again. All right. Not so far as removed as it was for Williams. Williams is far away from where they once were, and I hope they get back. But McLaren definitely on the back foot this past season, which will be 2023 in a couple of days. And we will have our first race of the year. It was Run What You Brung this Sunday on the first day of the year, first day of the week. So we're going to have that. But also, I think it's pretty cool that they also are in IndyCar, which is an American-based sport. Andretti also there, and they're doing pretty well at it. I think it's cool as hell. All right, Alex Palou, I think he's IndyCar champion. So they're doing pretty good. Now we're going to get to see if Alex Palou gets an opportunity to take a Formula One car on track as De Vries did and proved himself. One day will Alex get to do the same. You know, Zach has done some pretty cool things like get a tattoo on behalf of Daniel Ricciardo at Monza, I believe that tattoo was about. And, oh, let me see. We got a super chat right here. No, what's going on? No, what's up? That is such a load of crap. Zach drivers are not trying to overthrow governmental around the world. They are expressing solidarity for human rights and social issues. This is directed towards one man and one man only. And do you know who that man is? Here, pick a card, any card. Matter of fact, I tell you what, it's one of these two, and it ain't this one no more. It's Lewis Hamilton. This is directed at Lewis Hamilton. As I said, Sebastian is gone. Lewis is in still, and now this rule comes out. And I do think that this is really directed towards Lewis Hamilton. I do think that they have done several things like worry about jewelry instead of crash protection, all that good stuff. Mary Beanie, let me see what you got to say. Mary Beanie, the old guard in the FIA have been trying to silence Lewis for years. Open door policy, what a joke. That's like we race as one. FIA, no integrity, never trust. And I do firmly believe that. Galacticus, FIA don't want to lose sponsors. Let's keep it 100. That's another thing. G5MDS, we flying. We always have to remember that we choose how we build and fill our universe. You have dip in and out of other people's issues. Stay focused, Wolfpack. Protect the mental. This is also true. We do have to protect that, right? But we also got to keep a not open mind, but we also have to be subjective and objective at times. So yeah, like I said, I can understand where some people want to watch a race and they don't want to see political views. This is just a fact. I'm not one of those people. I do think there should be scheduled time for drivers to expose certain things, whether that be women's rights, whether that be black and humane rights, all of that stuff. I think they should have an opportunity to express that on that platform with responsibility and non-malicious attack. That should be done. ADVR, big shout out for the super sticker, bro. Big thanks for that. So yeah, I do believe in that. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens with Zach. We're gonna see what happens with McLaren. He put Daniel out. Daniel put himself out. Essentially, Daniel definitely was not performance. His performance was crap. Let's just be real. It definitely wasn't that. No, definitely we missed Nall. Nall's handling her life. Nall is doing great, and it's good to see her there. And I love to sit here and talk to all of y'all about these things. You know, when I read these super chats and y'all have some great points, and definitely like We Flying MDS, he always likes to try to keep me accountable, and I appreciate that because that helps as well. Maria Duncan is somebody else, Mary Beanie, Sylvia Wick, definitely a lot of people, even Mesker private messages me sometimes, and he has in the past about certain things, and I do appreciate that. So we'll see what McLaren's going to do now. It's going to be interesting to see how they perform. They had setbacks with their wind tunnel. They had setbacks with their simulator. Zero F1 FIA is high strung, prima donna. That's perfectly capable of cutting the cheese, and they just did it with this policy. I can agree with that. I do not like the policy. I don't like the policy. I just don't. I think that I don't like the policy. I'm just gonna say that. I don't like it at all. I think it's whacked up. I'm gonna be willing to see now. What I'll tell you what, how I can. If they approve everything, then what's the sense in the policy? If they were going to approve everything, then what's the sense in having the policy? Because I cannot recall, aside from Yuri Vips saying the N-word while streaming a game, and that was on his off time. That wasn't even during a racing event. He was streaming and said the N-word. I think that honestly, 80 VR boo. Hey. Hold on, y'all. Big ups for the super. There you go. I don't like to see people fighting in chat. Chill out, y'all. Y'all relax. You know what I'm saying? Work things out. Let's work things out. Silver. Let's get things handled out. We all love. We all peace here. Let's try to do that. Zero. Mary Derego, I see you. FI are trying to be keeping the peace. Not good. I don't even think they're trying to keep the peace. I think that they're trying to tie Lewis Hamilton's arm behind his back as he's on the backside of his career. I think that's what they're doing. Like I said, I haven't seen a lot of drivers except for Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel do a lot of these things where it came to rights and issues and politics. Most other drivers put their heads in the ground like an ostrich, as they did after what happened in Abu Dhabi 2021, although they expressed themselves pretty vigorously on the track that day and said certain comments that definitely told us that they knew as professional drivers something that just took place was not right, which we're going to have a video and kind of look at some examples, and I'll show you an example compared Abu Dhabi compared to other races and see if they look the same to you, because they do not look the same to me, which tells me indeed there was not a human error, but there was something that was done and it was incorrect. But yeah, let me know what you all think in the comment section in the live chats about this situation with Zach Brown, and really not even so much Zach Brown, because Zach Brown is entitled to his opinion. He agrees with the regulation. I do not agree with the reg that they put in there in the international sporting regulation. I don't agree with it. I think until I see them utilize it in a proper way, I will continue not to agree with it. And even after so, if they do it in a proper way, was it really worth putting a regulation in place? Maybe so. Maybe you put a regulation in place in case one day one of these heinous acts happens and you want to be sure that you have something in place to cap it off. At this point in time, I just see it as being a situation and a hurdle or a challenge for Lewis Hamilton. And like I said before, I am going to be looking to see if they find a way to utilize this to penalize Lewis Hamilton in a very extreme way, when we just saw them have dentures made out of gummy bears on the cost cap breach by Red Bull. That is what we literally saw. That was a very soft, if anything, punishment that they dealt out to Red Bull. Red Bull get times more money than that in a championship that they won in Scandal 2021. And in 2022, they breached the cost cap, and we had them get penalized for the breach of the cost cap in a way that didn't damage them as far as championship points. And I'm going to have another video where I'm going to pose something to you all, and maybe you all tell me what you think it should happen. ADVR, big shout out for the super sticker. So we'll see what happens. We'll go from there and have a good time. We're going to have the race Sunday. Don't count me out. I'm not going to race. I'm a spectate well, but we will have a race after the race where you would get to race with Wolfpack, and I give the drivers a good laugh. Trust me, ask them. My car doesn't last long. Just telling you, don't last long. I have to get out a lot of people way. Last time I couldn't even catch up to the safety car right. I was kind of lost on that, just trying to get my bearings. So yeah, you know, and once again, somebody's going to win this wheel. New cars for the new 2023 VIP boxes, foiled up and protected. We got all of that going on, and the cart process is going great. Me and the little one took the carts out today, had a good time. We're going to do more of that tomorrow, given the weather participates with us. I did govern her speed a bit. You know, I didn't give her all the power yet, but she's doing good. I'm letting her lead. Sometime I lead, then I let her lead a few laps. So she's doing a good job. So I really do appreciate y'all pulling up. If you did miss majority of the live, please go back and watch it, because we got a pretty good intro there with some things that I showed off, things I opened up, information that you want to know. ADVR, big shout out to you for the super advanced racing. That's what I'm talking about, man. I really do appreciate it. Carlos, once again, big shout out to you, brother, for the steering wheel. That is going to go to somebody and make somebody very happy. I will decide how and what I will do as far as the competition for somebody to win that wheel. Okay, I will be doing that. I will be announcing that. That's going to be cool. Somebody is going home, or somebody's going to be sent a Formula One racing steering wheel. That's all I got to say. All the buttons and the paddle shifters and the quick release and all that. That's all I'm saying. Somebody getting that. Somebody getting that. That's cool as hell. 4 p.m. for E-Race tomorrow, UK time. No, it's going to be Sunday. First day of the year, first day of the week. It is going to be Sunday. It is going to be Sunday. I believe it is Sunday at 11 a.m. on Sunday, not Saturday. If I did set it for Saturday, I'll make sure to change that time. But it seemed like most people do or have more time on Sundays. And we will keep it Sundays until Formula One season starts coming back in, and then we'll change that. And it might end up going back away until we get to the tail end of the season, and then we start going into the off season again. So just we'll decide how it's going to go. There are a lot of things still to get done and complete here at the Wolfpack platform. The new damn editing station has to go back again. The motherboard went bad. They're sending me a shipping label to get that sent back. I'm pissed off about that. It's not what I wanted. G5 MDS, one-sided conversation stunner. So yeah, I mean, I guess he's talking to somebody. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. Also, liveries. I'm waiting to see some. Y'all need to pull up to the race on Sunday, because I'm telling you, these drivers been telling me they working on some pretty special liveries. And these liveries, I'm waiting to see them. I want to see what these cars are going to look like. I'm really waiting to see what these cars are going to look like. Big shout out to G5 MDF. We flying. Galacticus, W14 is alive. Do you hear the startup? Let's go. I did hear the startup. I did hear the startup of the W14. But this is what I got to say. My excitement for that was somewhat minimal, right? Because necessarily the power unit wasn't the big failure. It was the aero and body package development that was the big failure. remember, they started improving more on their aero packages and their upgrades, and the car started coming more alive than before in the earlier part of the season, later in the season. So I'm not sure the power unit was the issue more so than I need to see what these aero developments are going to look like. I need to see if they're going to come into testing and we don't see a bunch of porpoising all over the damn place. That's what I need to see. That's what will get me excited. When testing comes and we're not hearing that Mercedes is dealing with an obscene amount of porpoising, that's what'll get me started. ADVR, big shout out, bro, for the super sticker going crazy, man. Hold up. Let me give you that dab emoji. Big shout out. So that's what I need to see. That's what I want to check out. So I don't know about you. The engine was cool, though. It was cool to see, but I'm definitely waiting to see what the aero package is going to look like. So we'll see what happens. I will see you all Sunday. Don't be surprised if you see me Saturday. I also had a race with the baby because she challenged me. I didn't say anything to her. She challenged me. Literally, she said she wanted to race and she threw her hands up for the countdown. I got the video. I said, oh no, I got to video this. So I will find a way to post the video for family members to check out. I also did upload the video of the first startup for the kart. I got to see how I can release that. So look out for that as well. I'm ready for Sunday. I am ready for Sunday. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's going to be a good race. We are racing with each player's own car. It's going to be run what you brung. So be here for that. Big shout out to everybody being here. Big shout out for y'all being part of the fam. Big shout out to Carlos. Big shout out to Sylvia. Big shout out to J Starship. Big shout out to Race X210 moderators for life. I'm trying to tell you, they stay doing it. Sylvia Wicks, stay in the chats. So definitely big shout out to everybody for that. I really do appreciate it. And once again, get with me for your shirts. Y'all earned it. 6 months or more. This is the shirt for family members that have the green badges are receiving the Wolfpack Performance Podcast shirt. Once again, I need MK, Robert K. Christensen, Mesker, Nal Adame Tanny, Calvin Martin, Mr. Banks, Racer X210, Sylvia Kelly Wick, and Maria Duncan. I need you to DM me, message me for the shirt size. Some of you, I could pretty much guess your shirt size already. And Maria, I got you a new card that is going to come with your shirt in the mail because you damn sure wasn't going to deal with that Alonso. And I ain't mad at you for that. So I got you a new card that's going to come to you. And I hope you're going to enjoy that. So yes. Don't forget, we are going, when the season kicks back in, probably before the season, we're going to have another Wolves Den. I'm thinking about holding a Wolves Den next week, middle of the week. So we will have a conversation probably about these politics so that I can verbally hear what you all have to say. G5, we flying. Definitely hear what you have to say about the political regulations that the FI are putting in place right now. I'm about to go bake a cheesecake. I'm finna challenge myself on making this type of cheesecake I want to make for the new year coming in for the family. So I'm about to go get to work on that, spend some family time, all that. Arca Trail, what's up? Happy New Year's, Wolf and the fam. Thanks for another one. Much love. Thank you. Big shout out to you and thank you. Nall, Happy New Year to you. Make sure you hit me up, Nall. I got your, listen. Remember, no double XLs. XL is the largest. Give me 2 sizes so I can make sure to get them out. I got a second batch of shirts coming so I can try to cover everybody. And then what I will do is I will announce another batch of members that have been here 6 months or more, and I will get those batches ready to send out. You've been here 6 months or more. This is your shirt. You can't buy this shirt. You can only have it if you're a family member, and you can only get it if you've been 6 months or more. ADR, we flying. Keep it up. That's what I'm talking about. ADVR, man, he doing his thing up, man. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Matter of fact, let me give you that French toast, man, because you baking off in this thing. You baking, bro. I'm about to go bake my damn self. All right, so big shout out to y'all. Peace and love. I'm going to see y'all soon. See you Sunday for the race at the latest. Peace.